Hello everyone, today's video is going to be another Dreamtime video, and I know I just made one of these recently. My hair is in my eyelashes. I know I just made one of these recently, but since then I have had quite a few dreams, and some of them were very odd, some of them were interesting, and I thought that I would share them in a video with you all today. Now, I would like to say that I am not on drugs. Sometimes I just eat food before I go to sleep, and so it causes me to dream very strange things. So yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there because I feel like some people that are new and coming onto my channel and they watch this video, they're gonna think, what is wrong with her? But I promise you, there's nothing wrong with me. It's just my dreams are very strange. So I'm gonna go ahead and share this one because I just had this one last night. I don't know what was going on in the dream. I did eat some pickles before I went to sleep, so that could have been the reason. But in the dream was myself, Justin Bieber, who honestly I'm not even a big fan of. Please, nobody take offense to that. And then Selena Gomez and Britney Spears. And there was this giant tree house, and for some reason we were all inside of this tree house just sitting there, and we were talking to each other. And somehow Britney had ended up on the ground below the tree house. And so Justin climbs down, he picks her up, and he brings her back up into the tree house. So he sits her down, and I think I've just been watching way too many of Shane Dawson's conspiracy theory videos, because I believe he did mention in one where like this whole like celebrities reptile thing, and she was like a chameleon or something, or whatever they're called, where they like change colors or whatever. So I think she was like green, and then she like just transformed and went back into like normal human Britney Spears. And then that was the end of the dream. So it was very strange. I don't understand why I had a dream like that. The other day I had a dream where all the teeth fell out of my head. Like they were slowly but surely, one by one, falling out of my mouth. And that was kind of a scary dream, to be honest, because I love my teeth and I want to keep my teeth. So then I had a dream that two girls that were in my room last year at the haunt, not going to say their actual names, but I had a dream that they caught some sort of disease, and like this disease killed them. Like they ended up dying because of it. And I don't know why I had a dream like that. It was so strange, and I hate having dreams where like people that I know or people that I'm close to end up dying, because I just feel, I don't know, it's scary. I don't like to have death dreams. So that was very, very morbid. This is the best dream of all, and I apologize if you hear my neighbor's dogs. But I had a dream that me, my sister, and my mom and my dad and my niece Harmony, we were all on the road, and we were driving. We had just picked up some McDonald's french fries. Like we didn't have like full McDonald's meals. It was just like all McDonald's french fries. So we're driving and we get to this like open field where it's nothing but like tall weeds and everything. The sky is like pitch dark. Like not pitch dark, but like it's getting ready to storm. You know, it's dark from the clouds. And I believe one area of the sky was like extremely, extremely dark. It was very eerie. I'm not sure why we were sitting in the middle of a field to eat our McDonald's french fries, but for some reason we were. So we're just sitting there eating our french fries. My cat, all of a sudden, who is at home, who has literally no way of getting there with us, suddenly appears on the side of the road, and he's just standing there staring at us very strangely. And I can see like these headlights of this car just approaching, and it's like it's driving very fast, and it was coming at us full speed. So I threw myself out the car. I grabbed him because it was my cat Rocco. I picked him up, and, you know, I threw myself back into the car and shut the door real fast, and then it flew past us. So then there was like a skip in this dream. And I don't know if this was supposed to be like a separate dream or if it was in the same dream, but Somehow, me and my dad ended up in this big shopping mall. And it was an all-white shopping mall, okay? Everything in this mall, for some reason, was just white. I've been doing a lot of Disney stuff recently, so I feel like this is probably the reason why I had a dream like this. But we walk into this Disney store, and on the outside there are these animatronics, and it's like Toy Story animatronics. Like, they had one that was like Andy, and he was standing outside and he was like moving and talking, and for some reason that's always freaked me out. Like, animatronics, they're freakier to me than actual people, because, you know, the whole robot thing and like them being able to come alive. So I was walking behind my dad because there was a Buzz Lightyear one, and it was like, they could walk around in the store, like follow you around in the store, which was the creepiest part to me. And it was like doing that like glitch that robots and like animatronics sometimes make. If I can find it, I'll like leave it in this video somewhere. But it was like making that glitchy sound, and it's walking towards me and my dad, because for some reason in the store there was like one long narrow hallway. So I'm like hiding behind my dad. I'm truly freaked out. Like, I can feel the fear in my dream. And they are literally walking all around this store. And we get to the counter, and the checkout lady, for some reason, she's just standing there, and she has this very eerie, creepy smile on her face. And she's just looking off at these animatronics, like the one that freaked me out. She was sitting there staring at it, almost as if she was like one of them, like she was also a robot or something. But it was very creepy, and for some reason my dad had to use the phone, I think, to call my mom. So he picks up the phone and he starts calling. He calls my number, and then all of a sudden this just big alarm goes throughout the entire store, and all of the animatronics start coming towards us, almost like it was like calling them. And I woke up, and oh my gosh, that was truly a nightmare, because can you just imagine being surrounded by animatronics that can walk and that are making that glitchy sound? Like, it's just freaky to me. So then I had a dream that one of my ex, I guess you could call them a lover, sort of, I don't really know, someone that I wouldn't really consider a friend now, because a lot of stuff kind of went down to end that whole scenario with me. Mom, my dad, and my sister were over at my grandparents' house, who live right next door. And for some reason, me and my niece were just outside. I think we were like playing on the sidewalk, like doing sidewalk chalk or something like that. And in this dream, it was not really dark and not really daytime. It was like that time in the day when it's turning dark outside, and it's like there's like that blue tint outside. I can't describe it, but it was sort of like that, except for this one light. It was almost as if the light on our porch, on our side porch, which is where we were at the time, was on, and it was very dim, but it was shining towards us, and it was giving us enough light to see each other. So for some reason, my ex-lover, I guess you could call, magically appeared in our backyard. And he walks up to me, and he's like,
"I've been liking your photos on Instagram, and I need to talk to you. This needs to stop."
I had no idea what to say at first. And all of a sudden he picks up my 7-year-old niece, and he's like jokingly playing around with her, like, I don't know, tickling her and stuff. And that just did not set well with me because of who he is, and I'm not gonna like go into full detail about it. At that point, I was just really freaked out, and I just said, you know what, this needs to stop. And I took my niece's hand and we walked away, and then that was the end of my dream. So then, I don't know if any of you guys are aware of Loie Lane here on YouTube, but she's one of my favorite YouTubers. And I believe I've been watching a lot of her vlogs recently, and that's maybe what got me having a dream of this nature. But in this dream, me and Loey were collabing together for our YouTube channels, and we were in this like kind of haunted mansion styled home. It was very creepy, and you could just tell that like this house was extremely haunted. Like it literally looked like the Haunted Mansion at Disney World, even though I've never been to Disney World, but I imagine it looked just like that. So we're in there and we're vlogging, and I had to go use the bathroom. So I believe she follows me, and we walk upstairs, and I get up there, and you know those little vent things that are above, like in the bathroom? The vent on the ceiling had either a ghost or person, and they were like holding onto the bars of the vent. They were looking down at us, and they had pitch black eyes. I mean, it was like the Black Eyed Kids. It was like completely dark. Their face was really pale, and it freaked us out. We started screaming, and then we ran back down the stairs. The stairwell was extremely long, and it felt never ending. And when we got back down to the main floor again, like the entire ceiling was like pounding, and like the I don't know what they're called, but it was like the boards in the ceiling were moving and like going up and down like this, and we were so freaked out, and I ended up waking up. So yeah, I would love to collab with Loey someday and like really explore a haunted mansion together, but this dream was just way too intense for me. I recently got a brand new trampoline, and I just made a story time actually talking about what happened to my first trampoline, and I was really excited about getting this trampoline. I'll just put it that way. So in this dream, I don't know why I had it, but I had a dream that my pawpaw goes out onto my trampoline, and he just drills nails into the legs of my trampoline for some reason, and somehow like the trampoline, it like bent inwards, and it just like completely bowed it and ruined it. And it was right after I had got it, and then I woke up and I was freaking out, and I ran to the living room and looked outside, and my trampoline was okay. But oh my god, it was so scary because of what actually happened to my first one. So then there is a new fella who comes up our holler, and he's been like fixing up the houses up there, and he's gonna try to rent them out to certain people. So sometimes he'll go up there and he'll work of the evenings, and sometimes he'll burn like trash and stuff up there, and he'll leave it going, you know, and then he'll come back and check it out or whatever. So I had a dream that he went up there and he was doing just that, and he ended up leaving the fire going, and it was like pitch black outside. I mean, it was literally nighttime in this dream, and somehow the fire spread, and it was literally like in our backyard. It was getting closer to our home, and me and my family were out there. We were freaking out, and I dialed 911 on the phone, and I'm like, hey,
there's a fire up in our holler, and like we need your help. You need to get here ASAP. The fire's spreading. And
like as soon as I said that, the fire just magically went out on its own. So then I had this dream that there was a zombie apocalypse, and I wasn't actually in this dream myself, but it was almost like I was watching a movie in my head, if that makes any sense. Like sometimes I'll have dreams where I'm not even involved in the dream. I'm just like watching other people be involved in this dream. I think that this dream that I was having was because I've been watching way too much Walking Dead, because that's kind of what it reminded me of. So there's this guy, and he's driving in this pickup truck. He's an older gentleman, and there's like this big stack of like metal and just trash and stuff, and it's sitting all in this big heap. So he's driving past, and there's either a little girl or a little boy or a woman or someone, I can't remember, but someone comes around this big stack of junk, and they just look at us, and I'm sitting there like, oh no, like, you know, because there was like zombies everywhere. And all of a sudden this person walks around the back of the stack of junk, and this zombie, it's a female zombie, comes around the corner and she's just like,
you know.
and it was like out of nowhere, like someone, like the old man or someone had like shot this thing, and it was like in The Walking Dead when Daryl like blows up those men or whatever, and this pile of junk just blows up out of nowhere. I had a dream that I was at the haunted house, and you know, we were like rushing to get our rooms and stuff finished for the haunt because we didn't have much time left. And on this room, it doesn't even make sense because the room did not even look like a room at the haunt actually would look. Like, I've been there, I know what it looks like, and in my dream it looked nothing like it really does in real life. But this room that I was in had a door. So me and some of my friends from the haunt were like, you know, decorating my room, trying to get it all finished. We have the door shut, when all of a sudden we hear a knock on the door, and it's like, but louder. So we slowly open the door, and standing right there is someone who I really did not want to see. And I made a whole story time about it. It's kind of personal, but I wanted to share it in case there was anyone else out there who struggled with the same thing before. I don't have a good history with this guy. I don't really care for him after that incident, and he was standing right there in the haunt, and he just gives me this creepy grin, and I immediately just shut the door right in his face, and I said, "Get out of here and leave." I yelled it, and then I woke up. Then a couple seconds later, I fall back asleep, and there was either a fly or a bee in my dream. It felt like I was awake, but I was also asleep, if that makes any sense. Like, I was at that state where, you know, you were kind of asleep, but at the same time you weren't fully there yet. And like, I seen or I heard this buzzing coming from this fly or this bee, and it was like buzzing around my head, and then all of a sudden it lands on my neck, and I can feel like a sensation of it stinging me, and then like I jolted up, and that's when I realized it was just a dream. So yeah, those were all of the dreams that I've had since my last Dreamtime video. I have had quite a few. So yeah, I promise you I'm not on drugs. I just sometimes eat stuff that I'm not supposed to be eating before I go to sleep, and you know, that causes me to dream really strange things. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a big old thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and become a morbid maniac. And yeah, let me know what you think of these strange dreams that I had, and I will see you guys in my next video.